A few months ago, I made a video about the Kaibab Indian Reservation in northern Arizona. The picture on the left is one of the photos I used from a satellite service called Zoom Earth. The picture on the right is the same area on Zoom Earth as it appears today. Somebody, for some reason, has intentionally obscured this satellite image. So I think it was a pretty good idea for me to have saved about 400 photos of this one area. Well, hi everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Roger in Kansas City. The last video I did was on the Kaibab Indian Reservation up there in northern Arizona, and there's so much there that I did not begin to even touch on everything. So just a quick refresher on where this area is. Alright, so I'll pan out some. This is the Kaibab Indian Reservation, kind of mid-northern Arizona. The particular spot is, if you can see my little hand here, follow the cursor right up to here, and we're going to be looking at this area. These images are the images I made off of Zoom Earth before they tried to hide everything. So here's an overview of the area. Let me close in a little bit, and this is the area right here. The video I made last time was right there, a little closer. So we're going to take an overall look in this area next. I think it's important to show the overall view of the area. I'll be getting to enhancements here in just a moment. The last video focused only on this spot right here. So today we're going to look at this area and this area only. There's so much here, it would take forever and be very time consuming to try to show everything. So I call this the tower, and we're going to look what's behind the tower also. Okay, so I'm working on some new techniques to show these findings. So I'd like to have your feedback and hear what you think. So here we go. Here is the thing I call the tower. And it's probably a couple of 300 feet high. I'm guessing because per my measurements, the top of it's about 100 feet long by maybe 70 feet, 75 feet at the widest. So let's go ahead and zoom on in. As you can see, we have a number of anomalies on here. This very clear face, you have what appear to be flying ships that, well, they're landed at the moment, but that's what they appear to be. All these shapes and figures and faces. I think they're communications between themselves or to humans that work with them. Well, let's take a little bit closer look. By getting too close, it's a little blurry, but you can see quite a bit. I suggest you pause the video now and then if you want to take a good look. We go on up or across from the tower, and the first thing you clearly see is this inverted S, but it's also, this is either a ship or it's a large structure of some sort, obviously. It has a number of beings standing around it. I have this big guy here and some smaller guys, and when I say smaller, they're probably in the 30 or 40 foot range. All the green you see is not necessarily trees. This is something they have developed to hide things that are there on these satellite photos. And so it's not necessarily a tree if it's green, but I'm not going to try to go into a lot of detail on that. Let's go over this way a little bit. You can see there's quite a bit in here. And again, you're going to say, well, how come you didn't point this or that out? I honestly can't see it, but you'll see it in the video. I would like to hear any discoveries you might have made while watching this. Pull back out. There's so much here, like I said earlier. Like we go down here, this is interesting. You see these faces, like this guy with a big grin. It's obviously some sort of invitation or communication of some sort between themselves and humans. You can't tell me humans don't know about this place, or some of them do, because they got rid of the satellite photo. That's where I did the last video, was this spot here. Now that took some enhancing to do, and I'm not doing any enhancing. I'm just going off of some pictures I downloaded and saved from this area. Thank goodness I did. There's quite a few things over here. I would have to invert the picture, but for instance, if you look at it sideways, this is a big tall building right here. Now I know it's pointing off to the left, but if you turn your head, it's a big rectangular building. Pull out. This appears to be a landing area right here. Let me zoom in. When I zoom in, I see a big blur, but I know that when it is displayed, it cleans up a little bit better. Let's go up here. I said I wasn't going to show a whole lot, but I think you'll think this is interesting. This is I call this Ant City back here. See all these big mounds? Well, I found a place called Hell's Hole a while back, and let's see if you can see this. Did you see that picture? Let me zoom in. What's that going to be when it comes out? But it certainly looks like an alien and a little boy. And yeah, I guess I'll broach that in a second. But hang on one moment. Here we are. Back at Hell's Hole, I found this guy that I called an ant person, or an ant man. And the Hopi Indians have legends of these ant people, and there he is right there. He's got his arms spread out, and he's welcoming us. He's saying, "Hi, Roger, here in Kansas City. Hello, Ant-Man." And well, there he is. There's some more off to the side here too, but that's for another video. But this is extremely interesting, obviously, and I do believe that we're just seeing a smidgen of what's underneath all of this. That the main city is beneath this mesa area. And hang on a second, I'm just going to zoom in. Hmm. I haven't seen. I don't know what that is. Let's go back over here. So you can see there's definitely a presence in this area. Let me zoom in. We've got all of this here. We definitely have this here. Is that a big giant guy? It could be. I think the giants are much larger than people say they are. And I'm not going to drag this out. I know it's been a while since I made a video, so I have really been working on developing new methods on displaying this material. I do think these people could possibly have something to do with missing people. I believe that firmly. And I also believe that the powers that be, who know about these entities, aren't going to do a thing about it. There's been excuse me, there's been an arrangement made at some time or another. But they're in many places. They're in all the national parks, and just be careful when you go out there. Stay in groups. This is not a national park. This is a Indian reservation, and I do believe some of the I guess upper echelons of the Native Americans know about this as well. Okay, well, I'm going to leave off here. I'll take a look at this guy. That kind of looks like a big guy with his mouth open right there. There's like the mom of these two little guys sitting on their spaceship. You got me, but I know you can see it. I hope you can see it. We'll see how it comes out in the video. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video, and I hope you like this method of presentation. It's a little more interesting. Did I miss anything? Hang on a second. I want to show you one other thing. These guys here. Now, you see, this looks almost like it's not almost, this is, it's a face, there's an eye, nose, but a guy with like two big buck teeth with a big grin, and there's his body, and he's waving. More faces. This is a communication of some sort. Okay. Well, thank you for watching. This is Roger in Kansas City, and I will be talking to you soon. Well, bye-bye.